One of my favorite facilities that you offer is the iSave, the one that takes the thinking out of my monthly saving, but also top me up with some interest as I remain consistent. So I love that you have thought through the ease with which people want to be able to save, so I don't have to remember every month to do something, but also the fact that I get something on my money. Ricardo,
Indeed.
I love it. I love it. So tell me a little bit more about what is happening here on location and what your representatives are opening the doors to for VM customers and potential customers alike.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. It's definitely a pleasure. And of course, it's always a pleasure to have you inside our branch.
Thank you.
But today, to me, I mean, it's a special event. It's an event, unlike any other. We've done expos before, but this year we took a twist to it and a turn because we want to plot and to put and take persons on that journey to home ownership. And having this event, we're allowing persons to come in, do their pre-approvals on spot today. So once they walk with some basic items, they're able to execute on the day. We're looking at, their expenses, their budget, and able to give them advice on how to access and where to go when they leave here. So when they leave here, they will leave with a roadmap as to what to do. If it is that they can't be pre-approved on spot today based on their particular situation, then of course we will take them on that journey to get them there. It might not happen today, tomorrow,
but it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. So we might put you on a path using even this iSave account, because we do have the iSave for home.
Highly recommend.
Whereas you can take it and you can also access the product that is aligned with the iSave account, which is our iSave for home.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Ricardo. Now, if I am sitting at home and I'm trying to figure out, I want a car. Yes. I want to go down to VM today and find out if I could get pre-approved for the car. But one must bring a picture of the car. What can they expect? What should they bring, and what can they expect as a step-by-step process to auto ownership? Let's begin there.
Okay. All right. So auto loan, we have a suite of offerings, and as you can see today, we have some key stakeholders with us. ATL, Autobahn, we have Kia, the different lines. So coming down today, you're able to access the information to understand what it is you require. First, we'll ask that you walk with, your pay stubs. That could be soft copy format, so you could always email it to our representative. So you don't have to walk with a paper copy. You can actually email it to the rep if you don't have it on hand. So if you're listening now, you're in your car and you're passing, but you don't have the physical documents in your hand, if you have it on your phone, you can email it to us and we can take advantage of that and assist you. So it is your proof of income, which encompasses your pay slip. You might not have the job letter readily today because, you're knowing now or you're seeing this now. So you have the pay slips, we can start there. So just come on down with your pay slips. You have a valid driver's license. Yes. That's critical. Walk with that as well, because that will confirm your age, because, it does assist in the process. Now for the auto loan though, we're offering up to 100% financing. Now it depends on what you're buying, of course, whether it is pre-owned or if it is brand new. So if it's a brand new motor vehicle, you can access up to 100% financing. If it's pre-owned, we go as low as 8-year-old. So if it's an 8-year-old vehicle, you could access up to 3 years financing on that and still get financing of 60% on that vehicle.
And just to clarify, when you say brand new, does it have to be a 2025 vehicle?
Brand new in the sense that it could be at ATL and it has never been driven. We still would allow you to access that benefit. If it is, it's 2025 that we're in, we still could look at it. If it's 2024 and it's brand new, we could look at that as a new vehicle. Excellent. Because it has never been driven in Jamaica before.
Excellent. And what are the interest rates like for the auto loans?
They are very competitive, and we're actually offering different specials depending on the brand that you're going with. We have different packages with different groups of companies. So if it is used vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle, you're looking at anywhere from 10.25%, and if it's a brand new vehicle, it is as low as 8.95.
Okay, now I did tell our viewers, make sure to drop your questions and your comments in the chat, because now that I have Ricardo in the hot seat, It is your chance to ask a question. Maybe you started the process, something happened, you weren't quite sure what to do next, or you are trying to encourage somebody to come down and get their process started for auto or home ownership. Drop that question in the comment bar, and those will be fed to me. I'll be able to read your question directly to him in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Now, how long does it usually take if all the documents are presented for somebody to be approved for an auto loan?
Well, I would say end to end. Once you provide all of the documentation, and of course, everything is in order in terms of your ability to access the loan, etc., which you'll know that today. So we can tell you that today before you leave here. So it's the SO4 form, and as it's pretty much you going to the tax office, you making a declaration what your income is, what your expenses is, and paying the necessary taxes. So that's your SO4 form. So we normally ask for the last 2 years SO4 forms, and that's saying that 2 years would have shown that this is something that you've been doing, and this is something that will continue into the near future. So the last 2 years SO4 form, that's one, and also you provide us with your bank statement. Now this shows us the cash flow, the movement of your cash, you getting the money. So I always advise persons, whether you drive a taxi, whether you're a barber, ensure to deposit the money, and you can utilize our ABM services to do your deposit, whether without a card or with your card. You can do your deposit at the machine just to track your cash flow. So
let's big up the thing a little bit more now. The drive-through ATMs, the drive-through facilities, if you don't want to join a long line. Not that I've ever seen long lines at the ATMs. You guys are managing the flow of people very well. So whenever I enter the branch, it just looks like it's going to be easy.
Yes.
It looks like it's going to be easy. But yes,
and book your appointments.
Exactly.
Right. So it's the SO4 form. It's doing your bank statement. So we want you to lodge monies to the account. So that's also very critical, and I can't stress it enough. Oftentimes they come with the SO4, but they haven't been depositing the money to the account. So how do we link it? This is a declaration. Where's the money? Where's it flowing? Where it's going? Because we will have to put standing order on that account to pay the mortgage or to pay the auto loan every month. So we need to see that there's a trend that you're lodging monies, you're depositing monies to your savings account each day, each week, or each month, depending on how you earn or how you collect that money. But run it through an account. So again, it's the SO4, last 2 years SO4, your bank statement, which we normally take for at least 1 year. Okay, so that shows us the history, and we can do an average calculation of what that is. All right. So once we have those, then we take it from there. If you're a little bit deeper as a self-employed person where you're running a business or a trading as, then we ask that you engage an accountant and provide us with an income verification letter. And that is given by a chartered accountant. Also, he would prepare your last 2 years financials for you as well. We're taking it that you do that every year. I mean, if it's very small, then you could ask for the trading and profit and loss, and also the income verification letter, and that is featured with the bank statement. So you see how important the bank statement is. Wherever stage you are, you need that bank statement, because that gives us the trend, that gives us the analysis that we need to track the cash flow.
And that's why it's so important to give yourself the advantage of coming down today.
Exactly.
Because you could open your iSave account, and that could be the space where you do the deposits and track the transactions. Now we have another question here. This one from Top Form Wear on YouTube. What if you already have land? What's the process to get a loan? Either to build on the land, or maybe to get a second piece of land if there's an existing mortgage.
Okay, so if you have a vacant lot, it is very easy to come into VM and borrow to build on land. I mean, that is what we do. All right, and you can still access your NHT benefit as well. And NHT is here today as well,
yes.
So you can get information from NHT around that as well. So again, you can get a construction loan with us. What you need to do though is you need to get your approved building plan. So you need to go to your parish council first and foremost. Well, I mean, first and foremost, you need an architect. You need to know what you're building. So you need to draw up the plan. And then you take your plan to the parish council, get the requisite approvals, because you can't go any further without those approvals. So architect approvals, once you get your approvals, then you need a BQ. So you need a bill of quantities. And that is pretty much summarizing all that you will need to spend to build this unit. All right, so we need those 3 pieces of document, right? So it's the architect, the drawing, the approvals from parish council, Then you need the BQ, which is the bill of quantities that will tell us how much you will need to borrow. And then of that, we'll lend you 90% of that BQ.
Okay, so you have to at least have 10%
At least
based on
10%.
that BQ, and then there's a maximum that VM will loan
Which
you
is the 90% of that BQ.
Excellent.
Yes.
And the final question before I allow you to run, refresh at the coconut stand. Me not stop talk about the coconut on ice, but also meet and greet some of the customers and get them onboarded.
Yes.
There's a question from someone who is in the East and asking if there's a branch in Portland or an outlet close to Portland that would allow them to come in.
All right, so for Portland, no, we don't have a physical office there or location, but what we do recommend is with our different touch points, mortgage has evolved over the years and to be even more accessible through digitalization, so technology.
Yes.
So out there in Portland, I have done mortgages, and I can tell you, I've done mortgages for persons in New York, and I've never met the person. I've never met the person. So again, you can go to our website, log on, go to our portal. You can actually start your mortgage journey online and track it from start to finish. So go online, put in your information, upload your documents. It will give you the checklist, what you need to upload. Again, the proof of income, payslips, job letter, your bank statement, your ID. You upload them. You can be pre-approved online, real time. Yes, end to end. So again, don't feel left out in Portland. You can access us online through our different digital platforms and get access to us.
And I imagine if that is so for Portland, could it also be so for persons overseas?
And that's what I'm saying. I've done mortgages for persons and I've never met them.
Excellent.
And we did all of that through the telephone, the WhatsApp.
Technology.
So we leverage technology to give you the service and to bring it to you. So even though we don't have a rep office, we can bring it through the digital channels. Also, our financial services specialists will call you. It's a phone call. We can discuss, we can have a lot of conversation. And with the advent of COVID, everything is a Teams call. We're doing Teams call, so it's tech savvy. So yes.
Thank you very much. Ricardo Ellis, branch manager here at the Half Way Tree location.